So what do you train for arms to get them to look the way that they are, Maria? What does your arm workout consist of?
My arm work for triceps. I like the I do the ropes and I do um what do you call it? The close grip presses. I mean, those are really muscle builders. And then I do the skull crushers. And for biceps, I just always do the barbell, dumbbell, the old school type. And I just learned to contract my muscles. Just always contract those muscles because it's not so much about the weight, it's how you use the weight. So a lot of people put so much heavy weights there, you lift, and then they're like struggling and the weight's pulling them. It's like you're not getting anything out of that. So
Do you do any like the cable curls or anything like that?
oh, I do that too. Uh, yeah, I do the cable curls. I do that as a finishing movement actually. After I'm done with all the heavy movements, the dumbbell, barbell, then I do the cables as a finishing movement.
Did you always sort of have that mind to muscle connection, or was it something that you really had to work on? How long until you really developed that where you can, because so many people, like you said, yeah, you can be curling a 5 pound dumbbell. And if you have that mind to muscle connection, you can get just as good of a workout as anyone doing anything else.
Yeah, I think I developed that maybe 7, 9 years into my training. Where where it's like I don't worry anymore about what people say, how much weights I'm lifting. Because when you start, everybody wants to lift heavy, and it looks so good to lift all that heavy weight. But if you just go like this and you're not really getting anything out of it, and mine, it's like what, I'm not even gonna worry about what people say. I'm just gonna worry about me. And if thinking about that mind muscle connection, if this is how it's gonna work for me, this is what I'm gonna do. And so what if sometimes they'll come over and say, "Hey, put some weight on there." Just say, "Oh, okay, fine." But I think that's what it is. It's like I said, it's not how much weight, it's how you use the weights. Because man, speaking of the weights, this one guy at the gym, oh my God, Ryan, you should have seen the amount of weights he put on that leg press. And then I was going to be impressed, right? I thought I was going to be impressed. I'm like, I can't wait to see it. Oh my God. He went like this. "Ee, ee, 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 ee."
Yep.
Oh, that's when I really, really turned around and rolled my eyes. And I was blown away. I was so not impressed.
We all know those people in the gym that try that. Yeah, I cannot tell that enough. But when you're talking about that mind muscle, is a lot of it just time under tension that you like to do too?
Yeah, a lot of it is that. Yeah. And it's funny. My husband now is learning that you don't have to use all that weight, honey, because he was watching how he being training together for so long now, so he was watching how I train, and so he's learning now, because he was an old school, really heavy weights kind of guy, but there's a lot to be said about that. Your joints get really messed up. Like, yeah, you do need heavy weights. You need enough to really get that mind muscle connection, that tension. But you don't need to get to the point where it's going to really really hurt your joints, especially the older you get. It's not very good. You
Guys are for sure a lot more stubborn when it comes to letting go of lifting heavy. I can verify that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
takes a little bit longer for that. But do you still max out, or have you stopped doing that? Do you still incorporate that at all?
I incorporate that once in a while, not all the time. Once in a while you wanna be able to go ahead and try to um, jolt your muscles. You max out, but I don't do that so very often. Once in a while I feel like I need to do that. I train the way I feel. If I feel like I can really really push it, I push it to the level. But if I feel like I need to back down a little bit, I think I've learned to train a lot smarter now. So I know when I need to really really push myself. I mean, I push myself every single day, but I don't push myself to where I know that, hey, I might injure myself, because if I injure myself, guess what? That's two steps back. you know. So I'd rather um, train smart and and learn not to just learn how to learn my body and know what I can what how I can push my body to the level where I need it to get. I don't need to go crazy and be showboaty or show off on the weights, you know, because I'll just be hurting myself. So I, I know how it what it takes, you know, to I always imagine that muscle working when when I'm working out, you know, it's like and I imagine how it's gonna look. So if you just focus on not so much on the weight, it's how you use that weight. You know, you go very far.
Mm. I mean, I couldn't agree more. In those days when you do max out, what are some of your best lifts? I couldn't think of a better way to embarrass everyone as we get close to wrapping things up here.
Well, believe it or not, the for shoulder presses, because I've always wanted to do you know, the dumbbell shoulder presses. So I actually went up to and maybe to some people it's nothing, but to me it was something. 65 pound presses, and man, I was just I couldn't believe it when I did that. And then um, my my chest press is you know 225 is all that's all I've ever gone heavy. It's just 225, and I did what six reps on that, and oh, and I don't cheat either. You know how they cheat and they just go like this, or when they do shoulder presses and they just go like this. You know, I go and do shoulder press when I press. It's not cheating because I've seen people where they just go like this, like that. And what are you doing? You know. So if I do the my reps and the last one, you know, it's like a half-ass job. I don't count that. So, because sometimes my husband will count that and it's like, nope, that didn't count. And then he says, "You're too hard on yourself." But you know that's just me. You know, you have to be hard on yourself when you're getting ready for something. You know, so yeah, but that's just the way I am. You know, my son said because on weekends I'm supposed to be off from the gym really, and then he says, "Mom, you're an overachiever." It's like it's okay. You know, I have fun with it.